Well, that's a terrible idea, no. Oh, that poor guy. I truly believe some will die. Oh, you'll need to die. You have bison's fur. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to The Legend of Korra Season 3, Episode 7. And I think I'm just so looking forward to getting into this one now, because it seems like Zahir is getting very close, and I just can't wait to see him actually clash with Korra. So far from the way these villains are being built, they just seem so insanely powerful. Like, not only is their bending styles unique and creative, with Zahir having a new airbending technique where he just condenses the air into a bullet, but they also work so well as a team. It's like seeing an evil Avatar gang from ATLA. If their bonds and friendship were the same but they were evil, it feels like that. So I can't wait to see what Korra does when she actually does face these people, because we now learn that Zahir has found her. He was meditating, and I would assume he's gone into the spirit world. He's able to do the spirit world stuff. That's alarming, but now he's also found Korra, so he's heading there. That's, again, it's worrying, but I can't wait to see him fight. I think Korra, while very powerful, is not prepared for them. He's not really taking the whole threat seriously. I think Lin was the one that was taking it seriously. Korra doesn't really care. She's trusting the safety of the city. I think that's going to be proven wrong. I would love the city to be absolutely indestructible, but I've got a feeling Zahir and his benders are gonna make short work of it. But yeah, aside from that, I really did enjoy the last episode, getting more info on Lin and her history, and just getting a good in-depth look at her. It actually feels like she's a full fleshed out character now. We've got so much past and pain from her, and it seems to be getting resolved. And I hope that's only the start for her, because it feels like she's finally moving forward. She's finally developing as a person. Like, the switch up after her 16-hour long sleep was just insane, and I hope that just continues. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I have a Patreon, the link will be in the description, of them uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in.
His pupils once again pleaded with their master to eat something, but he refused.
Okay, well, a lot from just seeing that spirits, that looked beautiful, seeing the spirits like in the world then.
Monk Tang Zhu completed the 97th day of his historic fast.
Everyone looks so bored but that one person.
And is answering every question.
Ooh!
Okay,
Wheeltail Island!
That is correct.
Okay, so one enthusiastic student, but everyone else not so much.
Now, on day 98...
He's going through every day.
I come seeking boring stories to take back to the spirit world.
And yep, Tenzin's not going to like this. Cool that we're actually seeing it happen, the training though. So this is North Air Temple. It looks better than it did the last time. It's the same place where Gyatso died, right? So hopefully that's been cleaned. Maybe, hopefully they, like, what would they do? What's their, like, custom? I don't know. But whatever they do with the body, I hope it's just not still sitting there. I'm sure Aang did something with it.
Only after many years of practice and intense training. Besides, we don't have enough bison here for all of you.
The Fire Nation.
Can we ride those?
No, that's a wild herd. It would take many years to tame them.
So yeah, I get it. It's the whole thing needs to change, of course.
Airbenders!
Oh wow, even more. So I get the thing, because again, Aang got his bison very young, so of course they can't do that this time around because they don't have the bison. If you went to the Fire Nation, they had some.
Tomorrow.
Are they? Oh yeah, Zahir news, but also you're here.
Zahir infiltrated the air temple.
What? Is everyone all right?
Everyone's fine. I fought with him, but he got away.
Good to know that you still held your own and you're, like, perfectly fine after being shot with the air.
Guru Lahima.
You know, I can never keep all those gurus straight. Remember that long, boring story about the guy who never ate?
That's literally what he just went on about. And it's still not working.
With Beifong's sister and Zhaofu, we're totally safe unless we get caught in another fight between Sue and Lin. She'll be headed your way soon.
She is wonderful and pretty and so smart.
Honestly, I love that Bolin's happy and just singing her praises. It's not annoying. It's not annoying at all. It's better than Eska.
How's the training going?
Not so well, I'm afraid. No one seems to be interested in the hard work required to become a part of the Air Nation.
No one likes hard work.
To give yourself a break. Let Janora and the kids help you out.
Let them have fun with the bending and then make them want to learn more about it.
Umi? He's my worst student.
Yeah, but he loves to organize people.
He looks so angry when he's just hearing her voice.
Taking more responsibility by making him think the whole thing was his idea.
That could work.
You're turning into a pretty wise avatar after all.
Conflict resolution. It's what I do.
Yay. Finally. Nice. Okay, so good development. Coming up with good ideas and actually helping Tenzin. Nice.
We might get in trouble. Come on, let's have some fun. We'll be back before anyone realizes we're gone. I guess it will be alright.
Okay, bad influence. Okay, off you two go. It's like they need to be able to do it on their own. Tenzin, I think, might be just too structured. The whole point of airbending is to be free. He's trying to teach so much and do so much that it's not gonna work.
Airbus and calves can't fly for a week or two after they're born. So the entire herd will stay near the ground in the valley.
Love getting the details on this.
The mothers are very protective.
Oh yeah, because they are wild. Oh no. The music's gone tense. He's gonna get attacked.
Look how cute. Kai, get out of there!
Oh yeah, oh and look, it's got a horn missing. Or like, oh. Get very angry. Do you know what? Okay, good, save the day.
You really saved me down there. You know, you're an incredible airbender.
Well, I've been training for a long time.
I do like seeing Kai's development. He's grown a lot. I feel like he does change. Because of course, when we first met him, he lied through his teeth a lot. Now I just feel like he's being so much more sincere.
Anyone's a master, you are.
Aww. Yeah, I'm going with sincere. He's not lying at all anymore.
I knew I should have followed my dreams and become a dentist.
How come you grew up to be so cool? Well, Tenzin became...
Okay, stop. No. But anyway, Boomy has that sort of knack to him, doesn't he? He's able to tell stories that people enjoy, even if they're like nuts. It's brilliant. If Tenzin gets Boomy to teach the stories, that'll work so much better. Tenzin's just a bit stiff.
Everyone knows you're a natural leader.
True, I did win the Admiral Tongue Natural...
Tenzin's face.
What would you do if you were in charge? Help me be more like you.
Really feed the ego.
You've got to use military discipline to whip these troops into shape. The only way to deal with new recruits is to break them down so you can build them back.
No, that's literally what the Earth Queen was trying to do. No.
Show them who the master is.
No.
Thanks for the insight.
My pleasure.
Well, that's a terrible idea. No. Tenzin, no.
Everyone up!
What are you...
This is going to be very similar to what the Earth Queen did.
I'm taking your advice. I'm going to break you down and build you back up. Now, get moving, recruit!
Oh, poor Boomy. This ain't going to work. This is going to backfire tremendously. You've got to make people want to learn, not force them to, like this. I'm sure it might advance their skills, but still, it's not going to make them enjoy it.
Nothing like a 10-mile hike first thing in the morning.
Don't these robes come in a warm bison fur version?
Bison fur, how dare you?
This is the perfect time to learn meditation and proper breathing technique. Airbenders are able to warm themselves with only their breathing.
See, I find that interesting. I'd be on board with learning this. Of course, people are very tired now.
You know, when I said that thing about an iron fist...
Trying to backtrack.
Meditation time. Focus.
I mean, I think this might be kind of better. They're doing things, at least. They're not just sitting and listening. Doing is more engaging in general, I think. For some people. It might work for these guys, because listening clearly wasn't engaging.
Now that we're refreshed and loose from our hike and meditation, it's time for a balancing exercise.
Okay, you're not going to give them a break. That's not good.
The key is to maintain your heaven and earth connection.
This feels advanced. This feels way too advanced.
Now you try.
You gotta treat them like children, like how you would treat an airbending child. How do you teach his children about it all? Start at like level 0.
Get back up! What's the matter? You can't handle it, soldier?
Oh no. Do you know what? Can Genoa teach? I feel like she'd be better. I think she's like a good mix of both of them.
Ignore the lemurs digging in your ears. Concentrate on your breathing and you won't even know they're there.
Like, even that one's going to turn against Tenzin, isn't he? He's going to turn all of them against him.
When the head is shaved, an airbender is able to feel the wind around him. It is both humbling and freeing.
Really? I feel like this could turn a lot of people against you. Why shave the hair? I get why they shave the hair to, like, feel the air around it, but still, it's like the hair.
I'm not sure I want to shave my head.
There we go.
That's fine. Shaving your head is a personal choice.
Oh!
Wait, what?
Oh, that poor guy. Okay, at least one thing he gave them a choice for, so that's nice. This poor dude.
You're pushing too hard. Maybe we should give them a break.
Learn from your daughter, please.
Remember, airbenders move like the wind.
It's actually working a little bit. Oh, no. Reboot that. No. Of course. Okay, you're great. You're just making this 10 times more difficult. And here we go. Kai's the only one excelling because he's learning from Genoa, not Tenzin. It's kind of a shame that Tenzin isn't the one that's able to do it. Okay, no, he failed, but still. But, you know, he's still going. It is okay, yeah, it is a shame that Tenzin isn't, like, succeeding here. Because you'd want him to succeed. But, of course, Genoa is just, I guess, the natural one.
The next 30 seconds, they'll all have to run through the course again.
No, that's not motivating. They're just going to make people hate him. Get a medic! Ow!
Get back on that wall, recruit! You're letting your fellow airbenders down.
He's gonna snap. He's not gonna do it.
I never wanted to be an airbender, and I'm too old to be back in boot camp. Count me out!
There we go. You pushed too hard.
When do we get to go home and visit our families?
You just got here.
When's dinner? I'm starved. This is just as bad as the Earth Queen's
Thank you!
Genora, take over.
Does this mean I'm the master now? When do you think I can get my tattoos?
What brought this on?
Yeah, what?
He was asking me, so...
Kai! What does he know about when you should get tattoos?
He's in rage mode. It's not gonna... Oh, dear.
Everything about our culture and history, and I have a stronger connection with the spirits than you ever will.
No,
Lead
don't
your
do-
own class.
Hickey, Milo, you're up.
He's just still in the anger. That's not gonna work. What? No, do not leave these two in charge.
Look to your left. Look to your right. One of those people will not make it out of here alive.
No! No! Don't leave him in charge. I truly believe some will die.
He just can't believe that I'm grown up now and I don't need him telling me what to do like one of his recruits.
She's older than Aang, so she should be able to get the tattoos, right? Aang had tattoos. He was a master at a very young age. It just happens when you become a master. She's a master. Of course, she's also Tenzin's child. Tenzin's the issue right now, which I think is a shame. He's just caught up in how much he wants us to work. What? Oh, Earth Kingdom. Earth Kingdom. What? Really? Oh, wait, no, they're not Earth Kingdom. What is this? They just kidnap people. What? We got them in nets. What's happening?
What are these kids doing in my camp?
Oh, you'll need to die. You have bison's fur.
They're those new airbenders. Must be living up at the temple.
Who are you?
Hurry up and gather the rest of the gang, and let's get out of here before someone comes looking for these kids.
Are you just gonna kidnap kids?
The bossing say, with the rest of the fresh meat.
Okay, so no, that army's still going. Great. And the Earth Queen has whatever those are.
How can she think? Focus. Breathe.
In the culture should say that the age doesn't matter, just as long as you're a master. Aang got it. How would you forget that Aang had arrows when he was 12?
Boomy quit, and the rest of the airbenders want to go home. Can't they see that I'm trying to rebuild an entire culture?
They can't see it.
Just because these people can airbend, it doesn't automatically make them air nomads.
Thank you, words of wisdom.
I remember when I moved out of my parents' house to become an air acolyte, I was so scared and lonely, and the bed was so hard.
It's actually better for your back.
Don't correct, listen.
I really wanted to be there, but it still took time for me to adjust and feel like I was a part of it all.
I like hearing this. So she didn't just join it for Tenzin, she joined because she wanted to become an air acolyte. That's cool. They work so much better together. I love that scene. Can they just work together from now on? They both are like wise with the Air Nation culture. Tenzin just has the bending to go along with it. Can they just be a team and work together?
Losing my patience.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, you massive child.
Where's Jinora?
I saw her fly off on her glider with her boyfriend.
Ah!
Her boyfriend?
Oh, no. Oh, I was just gonna go back to being angry. No. Oh, they captured the babies too.
The Earth Queen and her fancy friends pay big money for bison steaks
What?
and other weird meat. I even heard she ate her dad's pet bear.
Wait, what? No, really? Someone said that she. So in the comments, someone said, "Oh, she's the kind of person to eat the bear." I thought that was a joke. She actually did that.
I can't. I'm all cramped in here and I need quiet and time to focus. Maybe I can send a message.
I'm still shocked on the bear thing. She's gonna eat the bison. I hate the Earth Queen so much.
I need your help.
Oh, good. Do the spirits things. That's a bit. I actually thought that was just a regular animal in this world.
No, I don't think I should apologize. Tenzin just wants to boss everybody around. I'm too old for that.
Is he getting a better spiritual connection to things than Tenzin because he's befriended this thing?
He said I'm just not cut out to be an airbender. Well, that's your opinion.
I would love this. I don't think it's just him talking to himself. I think he actually understands the thing. Understand?
Wait, did Jinora send this?
He actually understands it. He actually has a better spiritual connection than Tenzin. Anyone dead yet?
Jinora's in trouble.
You were able to communicate with the spirits?
More or less, I get the...
It's even more than Tenzin knows.
Master Tenzin isn't here. It's up to us. Iki and Milo, grab some bison. Airbenders, move out!
Okay, excellent. They're going to destroy these poachers. I mean, Milo's here. He's probably going to end up killing one.
I can tell without the telescope that they're mean looking.
Listen, this is what we've been training for.
We haven't been training that long.
And also, airbenders are meant to be pacifists. Was directly attacking? Would they actually... What's this fight going to look like? Because, of course, your airbenders are trying to be non-violent.
And we're not leaving until we bring them home.
What this is no.
Leave no airbender behind!
Milo definitely takes after his uncle, doesn't he? But yeah, they're gonna attack. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Were the airbenders pacifists? Obviously vegan. They value all life, and Aang would try and avoid violence. But of course, he had to do violence, but he wouldn't kill. So I guess it's fine as long as they don't kill. But then Milo, I think it's kind of. I feel like he might go over the top. He might make someone want to die. Like if someone accidentally fell into the fire there, that would be interesting to see what their reaction to that would be. Like because yes, not avoiding and evading, they are actually attacking. Oh, great. The head. The shaved head! No way! Oh, that's amazing! I really love this. I'm just thinking back to Avatar: The Last Airbender. We never got to see like a group of airbenders fighting together. We got to see it all for the other nations. But of course, Aang's lot had all died out. I think we never even got a flashback to see like what actually happened to their people. But now we're actually going to see a bunch of airbenders fight together. Oh, look at you. What are you doing? Oh, the bison are going to get its attention. Excellent.
What's going on down there?
Your child.
Hey! Help!
I'm coming to...
There we go. Go. I mean, really, Tenzin, if he's not the best teacher, he can be like an inspiration. Show them what they're able to do with as a master. Tenzin can do that. I still think Genoa and Tenzin, I think Tenzin's probably a bit more impressive in like just the bending styles and stuff because of how long he's been doing it. Genoa's definitely like fluent in it, but Tenzin can serve as great motivation just visually and just what he can do if he isn't the best teacher. I love to see this. Completely at the bison's mercy. And get the fur off him as well. Burn it.
You got me. I give up.
There we go.
You think you could kidnap Jinora and all these baby bisons?
Is this the way of the airbender now?
That's enough. An airbender never attacks a defenseless opponent.
There we go, coming back in.
But that was very good technique.
Excellent, good. Nice, look, them in the cage, but he's still got the fur.
Boys haven't heard, but there's some new airbenders around these parts, and you never mess with an airbender's bison.
Can they befriend the air bison now? Can they be tamed?
I never could have dodged that net. I really felt it coming at me. You guys should totally get...
Are they actually going to do it? Are they actually going to do that now?
You know, even though I'm Aang's son, I never really felt like I was part of the Air Nation before.
You are now.
Yeah. Hopefully Kaya feels that way as well, because she's also here. We haven't seen her, but she's also here. Hopefully she does feel like part of it, because, of course, she's also Aang's daughter.
But I also realized that perhaps I was too harsh with you.
The hair.
Does that mean I can get my airbender tattoos?
Okay, come on.
It's hard for me to believe that my little girl is grown up enough to have her tattoos.
Excellent.
But I promise I'll think about it.
Oh, no, just do it.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Aang got them at 12. Let her do it. When did he actually get them? Because it might not have been a 12. Oh! That's so cute. Yeah, Aang might have gotten them before, because he was 12 when the whole events of things. He might have gotten them before that. Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. I'm trying to think. That is kind of a deviation. It's just going back to... It was kind of a break. I like that. It's relaxing. After everything that's happened with Lin, the build-up of the villains, that was really nice. Okay, so I really enjoyed this episode then. It's definitely a break from the main plot following Korra. Korra wasn't even in... I know she was in this one briefly for just on the radio. But, like, it's not following the villains. It's not following that story, and I do kind of like it. We're going back to the Airbender plot and just seeing how it's going. And, of course, it's gonna be difficult. You have people there that aren't born into the nation, that want to go back and visit their families. They're not going to just completely accept this way of life immediately. I don't think it should be forced, and they shouldn't be expected to completely accept this way of life. I still think the Air Nation kind of has to change as a culture to accommodate just bringing so many outsiders in, but I'm just glad that this is just working. It feels hopeful. It feels like this is actually going well now. Like, we've gotten to see how each of the, I guess, main airbenders fit into this sort of thing. Tenzin being the leader feels, I guess, forced. He isn't a natural leader. He works well with his family and just being the, I guess, centerpiece for airbending because he was the only master of it before. You had all the other air acolytes that would have looked up to him because they can't do what he can. Then he's able to teach his children because they're his children. He would have learned how his dad taught him from a young age, not just adults. Boomy, on the other hand, was constantly like teaching adults in the army about different things, so he is more sort of better fitting for that leadership position. And then Jinora just seems to be the best of both worlds there. She has that natural sort of connection with people and the ability to teach. She has the experience and airbending practice, and she just comes off as kind of nicer. Then I will say I do, because I'm both kind of happy and a little bit disappointed, because I want good things for Tenzin. I want Tenzin to be amazing. I want him to be like one of the best he obviously is the best airbender currently. Jinora's kind of rivaling that spot, so it's kind of a nice rivalry. I think it's always like, it's normal for like a child to surpass their parents. So I think that's going to happen. But I want Tenzin to just have his moment in the sun with this nation and to be sort of like the centerpiece, the thing that he's always wanted. He wants the Air Nation to come back. He doesn't want to be the centerpiece, he just wants the Air Nation to be there. But I want him to sort of have the authority that he should have, being the most experienced one there is. But I'm so glad that they added that scene with his wife, Pema, and it just shows that they work better together. Tenzin is just he was kind of flailing around with this whole responsibility and leadership position. Pema comes in with her different perspective, without being raised by Aang, being an air acolyte, leaving her family behind, coming to the island and just sharing what everyone else would be feeling in that moment. It's what Tenzin needed to hear, and they just work so well together, and I'm hoping going forward now that those two can just be a team, just a duo. Don't leave Tenzin on his own to train. Train with both him and Pema. And I thought that would be an absolutely perfect solution. Because as this nation's going to grow, because I think it will, you'll find more airbenders, it's not done. You're going to have more groups of people to teach them all, because you can't teach them all together. You have, right now it's kind of the perfect classroom size. It's going to get bigger and you're going to need more teachers. Jinora would be one, Tenzin and Pema would be, I guess, one combined. Then Bumi seems like a good one when he's sort of done his training. I also love how you can follow the effects of the training through this, because obviously Kai was the one excelling so much in this, and it was thanks to Jinora's teaching. She was the one that was able to get him past Tenzin's teaching. Everyone else was failing because they were listening too much to Tenzin and you did not have Jinora's influence. So it really goes to show that she is made for this position. And it will be so cool just to think about the future of the Air Nation with Jinora, because Jinora's probably going to end up leading it, right? Tenzin, I can imagine retiring soon, because he's at that age where I think he wants to enjoy the Air Nation. He wants to see it like grow and finish its birth and just become a nation again. But I don't think he's going to want to lead it, because again, he's up there, I think. He's getting there. He's got 4 kids. He's still got a child. So he's going to want to focus on that. He's not going to want to focus on the nation. Jinora is the perfect candidate to actually take over and be the leader of this nation. I think that's going to be really fun to think about and maybe see. I doubt she's still a kid. I think I'm not sure what age she is. I think she's older than Aang. I think 14 maybe. Same age as Katara was. Yeah, so give it a couple years, but I can see her leading this nation very soon. She seems ready already. And I also love what this episode did for just Air Nation culture as a whole. We get to hear stories about it, we get to see people learn it, we get to see how the shaved head works in just visually, because I don't think we got told what it does, where they're able to feel the flow of air. That was it. They got to feel the flow of air around their shaven head. But Aang, we never really got to see it visually. We just heard about it. Here we actually got a good, amazing demonstration of it with the one bald guy. We actually get to see his head tingle as the net's coming to him, as the air around it is being pushed there. Of course, it's going to be sensitive. And I would love the idea of actually people being encouraged by that, because that's what you need to do for this stuff. People aren't going to jump at the chance to shave their head for this. You've got to see the effects of it and make people want to do it, to feel those effects too. So when you're showing airbending techniques, make it look cool, make people want to aspire to be able to do that. That's what Tenzin was missing, and I think Jinora can do that. She can teach people, she can take a calm approach and encourage people to want to be able to do the stuff that Tenzin can. I will say though, I do find it kind of sad that Tenzin now still can't connect with the spirit stuff. Jinora can, we knew that, but now Bumi has a better connection to the spirits than Tenzin has. I feel like that's kind of just another kick while he's down. I want him to be able to connect with spirits more. That's the one thing I'm waiting for Tenzin to develop on. I'm really hoping that's the case. The fact that Bumi's got it now, it really is, it feels painful. Then I guess the smaller parts of this episode, we get to see Air Nation poachers. Well, not Air Nation, just they're poachers. The Earth Nation poachers, whatever. They are adopting children, so they're another way the Earth Queen is getting airbenders. It seems like that means her army probably isn't completely gone. I'm imagining it's being refueled, so there's probably still people being funneled in there. We also get to learn that she eats strange exotic animals and could have eaten her father's bear. It was a rumor. I don't know. I'm scared to think if it's true. It really would make her such a horrid person to eat her father's beloved pet. That is a nightmare to me. I feel like she's kind of old. So how long after? She obviously wasn't born in ATLA. Trying to think how old do bears live? When did she manage to do this? And how old was she when she decided to eat the pet? I don't know, it just makes her such a horrid woman, and it's just, I hate that she's the queen of the Earth Kingdom. I love the Earth Kingdom. I think it's one of the, it's obviously the coolest element, but why is it being ruled by such a tyrant that's keeping the Dai Li going, that's keeping the classism going in the Ba Sing Se? Oh, Bumi was such a good king in ATLA. Why couldn't he have been ruler of the entire thing? First off, I really enjoyed this episode. This was so nice to just get a break from the main plot and delve into Air Nation stuff. Tenzin, Jinora, all of it. I'm trying to think which character was the standout of this one, and Tenzin goes through a lot, but I think it's all kind of relatively split between him, Jinora, and Bumi. So looking at Tenzin as a whole, we get to learn that he isn't the best leader in this thing. I think it just comes down to how the world he grew up in. He grew up in a world where he was the only airbender aside from his dad. He was the new hope for the future, the only one. Now that world has been flipped completely upside down. He's no longer the only one, and now you have this instance where he's trying to teach people the same way he would have learned, but of course that doesn't work because all people are different. He learned the way Aang taught him, which worked for him. It's not going to work for everyone else. Plus, he was also raised in Airbender and nomad culture. Everyone else is just completely different. That's something Tenzin just isn't equipped for. I do really like getting to see the journey he goes on, where he does come to realize that he's not the best at this and there are others around him that can help or even just do it better. Because I think ultimately he doesn't care about being in the spotlight. He cares about the nation. He wants it to do well. And if that means putting someone else in charge, I think he would go for it. It's so clear that Genoa is the answer to the Airbenders and that she will obviously become like probably the best leader for them. But of course, she's too young at the minute. I think Tenzin is just trying to sort of tread water right now. He's trying to just let things happen, let Genoa grow up before giving her this massive amount of responsibility. I also love the scene where he's talking with Pema because it just goes to show that alone Tenzin can't really do this, but when he's working with someone, his wife, who understands where everyone else is coming from, being acolytes brought into this culture, it's a big thing, and that's something that Tenzin never really realized because of course he's the only one in the world, apart from his children, that didn't just join the culture. He was born into it. So I'm just really looking forward to seeing where his development does go from here, because I think it's natural for him to step back a bit and just enjoy life, because I think that's got to be it. He has been holding on to Air Nation culture his entire adult life, being the only airbender left till he had children. That's a huge amount of pressure, and now that pressure has been lifted. I want to see his transition into just being able to enjoy life with his family. Then Genoa, I think this episode made it so clear that she is like the destined leader of the air nomads. I feel like she is going to become the next like Gyatso figure, I think. Because I don't think Tenzin's there, because of course the spiritual connections and stuff. But Genoa is like one of the best ones. Like, could she become a guru? I feel like she could. Did Aang even become a guru? How do you become a guru? Because we know that they exist in the Air Nation stuff. I feel like Genoa could be well on her way to doing that. But I think again, this episode just proves what a good leader she is and what a good teacher she is, with how her influence with Kai is allowing him to excel where everyone else is failing. I think this episode just serves as a great example of just where the Air Nation could be in the future with Genoa at the helm. And I also really like this highlighted the whole thing with the tattoos, because that's something I hadn't thought about yet. Genoa is basically a master at this point. She kind of is. There's not really any point in saying basically. She is a master. She can do everything that Tenzin can, technically more with the spirit stuff, and yet she still doesn't have her tattoos. Now I think that does, because the culture, again, there's things that are going to get lost with Aang being gone and actually the old airbenders being gone. Because Aang was a master very young, he was 12 and had tattoos at 12. Now it could be that he basically had tattoos just before he went into the ice, or he got tattoos like maybe 10 or something. So he could have been far younger than 12 before he got tattoos. So Genoa definitely deserves them, but it's definitely just Tenzin not wanting to do that to his kid yet. He's not ready to let her go, because that's another step towards her being the leader. And I think he's not ready for that yet. And Genoa getting those tattoos is like, okay, she's one step closer to taking over for him. And I don't think he's not quite ready for retirement yet. He has the pressure still. He wants to see the nation find its footing, and I think that's when things will start settling down for him. And that's when Genoa should be like ready then. But I want to see her get tattoos. I need that to happen soon. Then Boomy, again, it's just a great influence. I love that we're seeing the sort of family dynamics going on, and I hope Kaya does have another input as well. I feel even though she's a waterbender, I feel like she could have a great impact on the dynamics that we're seeing with the Air Nation, because I think she is part of it. She was Aang's daughter. Yeah, Boomy being involved is just a really good thing, because of course you have his age to think about. That it's very difficult to teach like him. It's going to be more difficult to teach him compared to a child who is just bursting with energy. But you also have his military experience, where yes, that didn't help things in that middle part, but it also highlights that Tenzin can do different things. He can go about things a different way. Boomy is a great leader. He gets on with people. He knows how to work people. If you can train him to be a master and be proficient, he could be just as good a teacher as Genoa and Tenzin. He could help out with everything else going on. I think it comes back to just Tenzin trying to share out the responsibility he has, because he's got a mountain of responsibility for the Air Nation, and right now he has the option to sort of share that responsibility out, to let the weight off his shoulders, but he's trying to make sure that anyone he does that to is completely perfect. And right now no one's going to meet that standards, and that's kind of the point. All of these teachers that should carry the nation forward should be different. Boomy and Genoa are the perfect candidates. I also think it's quite funny that Boomy has a better connection with the spirits than Tenzin does. And again, I think it's just from the pressure he has. There's no way Tenzin can ever be free and free enough to connect with the spirits because of the pressure he has of keeping the nation. Boomy is very free. He doesn't care. He's just boomy. He's crazy. He's nuts. He's very disattached from everything. So of course he's going to have a better connection with the spirits. So I think Tenzin's development, as soon as he steps back and sort of retires, I think he's going to just grow a whole lot more. And then Kai, I'm really loving this character. I love just the progression of him. Like when he was first introduced, you can kind of tell that anything he said was untrustworthy, where he would give loads of compliments to people and you just knew that it was all fake. Now he's gotten to the point where he's complimenting still quite a bit, and you can just feel the sincerity there, saying that Jinora deserves her tattoos. He's really appreciating her. She has saved his life twice now, and I'm just loving seeing the impact she has on him. And then again, he's also excelling as an airbender so quickly. He's being adventurous. He's the kind of thing, again, it's another aspect of the things that are being thrown into this nation that Tenzin isn't really open to. Kai's adventurousness and just wanting to just do things quickly, it's a good thing, it's a good aspect, it pushes everything forward. See, this whole plot started with Kai disobeying Tenzin and going to meet the bisons. That happened, the poachers attacked, he got captured and everyone came, and then the bison even befriended them. So now they have bisons, hopefully. I think that's them having bisons. But I just love that you can pick up on these little qualities within all of them. So Kai, Boomy, Jinora, Tenzin, all of them have qualities to help this nation grow. And I'm just hoping that all of that can be recognized by Tenzin and he can start just letting that work its way through the nation, and that can build it so much faster. Then looking at the Air Nation itself and just what we got from this episode, absolutely loved just seeing the fight scene with all of them together, because that's something we never got in ATLA. We got to see a bunch of other nations fight with a bunch of bending all together. Earth Nation, we got to see plenty of Earth soldiers fighting. Dai Li, Fire Nation, that was constant and everywhere. Water Nation, we got the North Tribe, and just seeing a group of benders sharing the elements and doing loads of stuff. So we never got that, sadly, with the Air Nation because they all died out. Never even got a flashback, I think, of just seeing what the Air Nation would have looked like, maybe fighting the Fire Nation when they attacked the temples. This was just so nice to see and so satisfying, and it's something I didn't realize I missed and wanted to see. Because we have so many examples of, I think, group work with the other elements, and that could never happen with Aang. Now we've gotten it. We've seen a whole group of airbenders work together and fight. Then of course we get to learn more about the Sky Bison, where the babies can't fly for about 2 weeks, and how that sort of impacts airbenders becoming friends with them. It's just really cool, and I just love the detail that they go into with this culture. Of course, we've got another story again with, I think, another guru who never ate or stopped eating or something, or fasted, I don't even know. Then we get the air temple that looks beautiful, and I just love seeing this place again. I think we have been here before, I think, and it's just nice to see how much everything's changed and how much everything feels like it's developed. I mean, I'm definitely waiting for the point where it does feel like Aang's time was a blip on history, where you had the 4 elements, the 4 nations, then you had the one where it turned to 3, where one basically died out, and then that's going to be the blip, and then it's going to come back again, and it's going to feel like the world always had these 4 elements. I'm waiting for the Air Nation to fully feel cemented with the world. It feels like this is just the first step, and it feels actually solid now. Then the Earth Queen, even though she wasn't here, we got a bit more on her, and it makes her even worse than she already was. Eating the dad's bear is just nuts. Like, she must have such hate and vitriol for her own father to do that. The family pet. Is there no morality in her? I mean, there really is no redeeming quality to this woman whatsoever. Even the episode that she's not here paints her as an even worse person. It's shocking. I do wonder where that's all gonna go, because obviously her story isn't done if she's still being referenced. But like, what point can you... I want to see the Earth Kingdom be freed, honestly. I want to like the Metal Kingdom to take it over, the Metal City to take it over. But like, I just kind of love that they're not letting any sort of kindness come from this woman. It's just, you just want to hate her. There's nothing redeeming about her whatsoever. Then the other sort of slight thing in this episode was getting to see Korra again and just on the radio, her trying to help Tenzin. It's like, it's no longer a student-master relationship, it's more partnership. They're both trying to help each other and both learn from each other. I think I love that both Tenzin is willing to accept help from Korra. He doesn't see himself as superior, he's still willing to learn from her. And you also have Korra who's trying to help. Of course, the solution she gave wasn't the right one, but she's trying. And it was an approach. It was logical to think that way. Just glad that we're seeing that small bit of development from Korra in an episode that she's barely in, because it just shows that the writers are thinking about how to develop her and just when to do it. Because Korra mainly develops like after losing or in fights, and that's sort of when she is forced to learn, because she doesn't do it otherwise. And it's nice to see her sort of breaking that. We've seen development from when she was talking to the Queen, where she played along with the lie that the Queen said about having no airbenders, and now she's also developing here. She's developing outside of fighting, which is, I think it's just nice to see. But yeah, as for what's next, I would assume this episode, we know what timeline this takes place in. You have Lin, Korra said Lin and Sue were fighting, so it could have happened while Lin was asleep or before their fight, but I'm assuming it's going to happen afterwards. So this means Zahir and his gang have been traveling. I'd assume next episode they're actually going to get to Zaofu, unless this episode continues, but this feels like a very nice, concise, small thing. So I'd assume that Zahir and his people are now at Zaofu. I'd assume this whole episode was just them traveling from a public city to Zaofu, because that's going to be a distance. I mean, they're both in the Earth Kingdom, but it's going to be a distance. But I'm just excited to see both him fight Korra, but also how this episode will play into the overall story now. I do love the plot line of the Airbenders and all of this stuff. And I'm just wondering if, like, how this will impact, like, the final thing, because it does feel rather separate at the minute. You've got Korra and Zahir. They're the main thing going on. It's those two fighting each other. We still don't know what Zahir's ultimate goal is, and I'm just really looking forward to see how the Air Nation, this new birthed nation, will be impacted by that, because it feels so nice and self-contained. It feels like this is just a nice little thing that we're getting to see progress along the side that could easily just not be impacted by what Zahir's doing, but obviously it's for the sake of the story, it's going to have to be involved in some way. I'm looking forward to find that out, but I'm also just hoping it doesn't mean it gets destroyed or something. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It was such a nice break from, I guess, just the overall thing. It just felt like a calming episode, because like the last two, I like the structure of the story so far. The first bit was just dealing with the air nomads and building up the villains. Then we had Lin's arc, which again, it also felt like it was winding down things. You didn't have the progression of the villains. They were just there again. They were just finding their footing and just finding information. And now this one feels like the biggest break, where it's very separate. It goes fully under the Air Nation, and just seeing how they're developing. And I feel so ready to get into it again. I'd hope it does go fully into it again. I'm not expecting another calm, separate episode. I'm expecting it to go fully back into Zahir, Korra stuff next. But this was such a nice break in just sort of letting me process everything that's been happening. Lin's story, the Air Nation. It feels like it's a catch-up session. There's so much has happened. Earth Nation, Metal City, Toph, Lin, Sue, Tenzin, Air Nomads. And now this just lets me catch up. And it's just calm. It feels like it's just preparing me for when Zahir and Korra actually come face to face. Because you know so much is going to happen with that. Korra is not taking the threat seriously, so it'll be interesting to see what happens when they do fully meet and what she's going to say to this guy. And plus, I'm assuming this gap is meant to help build up Zahir's motivation, because I'm hoping we get that in the next episode, or whenever Korra and Zahir meet. That's got to be when they say what Zahir's trying to do, because we do not know. All we know is that he went after Korra as a child. Not even Aang. He didn't deal with Aang. So he went for the Avatar when they were newly born. So I guess he knew he couldn't take on adult Aang, or unless he just didn't have a problem with Aang. I don't even know. It's so difficult. It's so weird to think about, and I just can't wait to find out what it is. And I feel like this episode, it does help build it up, because you're back on that break. You're still waiting to find out. And I think that just the mystery of it, as time goes on, is just building more and more. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments. And with that, I will see you in the next one for Season 3, Episode 8. See ya!